Hi all, I have added a couple of new features to Cost Averager. So I wanted to go through that with you all. Here we have Cost Averager on a chart, and the first one is just a display over here. And what it says is what it's doing. It's telling us how many points to the fourth trade. So how far the market has to move in order for the software to open up 4 trades. And that's based off, the settings we have here. So if we had, at the moment, we've just got a trade gap multiplier of 0. If we increase that to 1.2, meaning the trades are getting further and further apart, then that should increase the distance. So let's just check that that's working, which it does. Takes it up to 772. Now, that's just a display. It's not going to change how the software operates at all, but it gives you a little bit more information. So if you want to have a bit more of a manual input, then that's helpful information. And the way I use this feature is that let's just assume all the trends were buys, so the software is looking to take out a buy order. I would have a look at where without getting into technical analysis, this is the most recent low point. So there is a chance that the market could come all the way down to here before continuing up. So I would just simply measure this distance from here to here and make sure, well, let's just see what it is first. So it is 1,358 points, meaning that if the market did come all the way down here, it's going to open up more than 4 trades because it's more than 772 pips, which means we're going to be in a fair bit of drawdown. If it takes out a buy order here, it's going to open up a second trade, third trade, fourth, basically 5 trades. So we're going to be in quite a bit of drawdown if the market were to come all the way down to here. So I might choose, based off that information, to not trade this pair at the moment, just to avoid any chance of that big drawdown that is possible just there. I mean, that requires you to have some trading knowledge and having a bit of manual input in that. You might also decide that, that was measuring all the way down to here. This is the lowest point that the market's been at today. So you might just base your decision off that and measure that distance, which is only 700 points, which is less than that. So based off that, you might just let the software continue to trade. Now, you can just continue to use the software as you have been, no issues at all. This is just a little more information displayed so you can quickly know that and, maybe make some manual decisions based off that, if that's what you're doing. Alrighty, so that's that. That's nice and simple. The other new addition is, so let's have a look at let me get the chart out of the way. If we look at the trends here, buy, sell, buy. So it's not going to trade because these 3 aren't lined up. So we're looking at, let's look at the 1 hour time frame. I'll just zoom out a little bit more. Okay, the software is using this moving average. And because the market's recently moved down a bit, it's registering that as a sell trend. All right. But if you have a look at it yourself over a more longer time, you can see that it is mostly moving up still. So if you decide yourself that, okay, the software is registering it as a sell, but personally, I would still continue to think that's a buy. Or for another reason, you might think, okay, the software is not going to trade because the trends aren't lined up, but I strongly believe that the market's going to move up now. I really wish the software would trade. Now you can. In the settings, we now have an override trends feature. So if you decided you wanted the software to do buys, you just simply come in here and type in buy. So you can either type in buy or sell. It has to be in capital letters. And all it's going to do is override these trends. So no matter what these trends say, it's going to take out a buy order. Even if this trend, if they all line up saying sell, if you have buy in here, it's going to take out a buy order. So it just gives you a way of completely overriding those trends. Let's see if it does do what it should do. And there we go. It's now taken out a buy order. And now the software will just operate as it normally would. It'll, if the market moves down, it's going to open up those cost averaging trades, close them all out when you hit that minimum profit target. And then you just need to remember that you have that buy in there, because you don't want it to continue to say buy when all the trends line up sells and there's a strong sell trend going on, and it starts selling because and it keeps buying because you have this written in here. So just remember you have that there, and as soon as you don't want it to do buys anymore, just delete it so that it's now just working off the trends. Now, even though I've deleted that, it still has a buy here to play with, and it's going to continue to open up cost averaging buys until this group of trades gets closed out, and then it's only going to trade if the trends are lined up. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Two nifty little features there to help you squeeze a little bit more out of the software. I'll talk to you all again later.